Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Aquarius. Know that energy is fluid, so roles can be reversed. You may have to flip it, switch it, twist it. Just interpret the message as the best resonates for you. Also, if you're new to the channel and you want to find out any relevant information, such as my Patreon links, my Patreon link, I should say, my website link, whatever the giveaway is of the day. Like today's giveaway is if you like the video and you subscribe to the channel and you write the word Master Healer in your comment bar, you automatically enter into winning a free psychic reading. So you'll know if you were chosen if I wrote the word winner underneath your comment. So that's how you'll know. And if I did, then all you need to do is reach out to me at pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com. Again, that's pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com. And we'll figure out a good time that we can meet online to do your free reading. Now, all readings are done live stream. Why? Because I believe in spiritual energy, and what's best for everyone involved is what spiritual energy is that it's of equal. So not just good for me, not just good for the person that's receiving the reading, but because of the style readings that I do, which are more spiritual, which, yes, I look at soulmate twin flames, and I'm going to look at your relationship this evening. However, I look and I look at the karmic blocks, I look at the karmic themes, I look at the triggers, I look at the soul wounds, and then I look to see how it played out within your situation. And the reason why is because situations change every day depending on, again, whoever needs the reading again the most is happens to be how the cards unfold. So it's different every night. Whoever spirit feels that the message needs to go to is who hears it. So because the readings are different all the time, you can't really follow a storyline. I mean, sometimes the next day it'll have a little bit of a continuation or a little bit of the same theme, but usually not. But what there always is a karmic lesson. There's always karmic lessons that once you integrate them, they turn into spiritual gifts, right? Spiritual lessons are karmic. So depending on how we deal with this situation is what the karmic consequence is. So a lot of times when we're in a relationship, it's a past life relationship, which is karmic, or we're in a trauma bond type of relationship, which is again karmic, or if we have problems within our finances, again, there's a karmic theme there. So regardless of whether you resonate with the actual storyline, you will definitely understand and be able to apply the spiritual meaning, and again, of the situation. You'll be able to integrate the spiritual lesson if you happen to have that spiritual challenge, or maybe at one time you had that spiritual challenge and you never learned how to integrate it. You will learn how to integrate your soul wounds on this channel, because I pride myself in being a healer. Okay, so I just always like to put that out there first so that there's no confusion, because we're going to look at the spiritual energies first. And I'm going to use my deck. I'm going to pull 3 cards and we're going to look at just what is the spiritual energy for Aquarius. Now, again, energy is fluid, so you will have to interpret the message as it best resonates, because it could be more of a person that you're connected to energy, or someone that you're thinking about energy more than yours. But usually for the spiritual message, the intention is always for that particular zodiac. Whoops. Shuffle those a little bit better. They are flying out. Just shuffle them a little bit better. All right, let's look in three. We're going to pull three. All right. Exquisiteness. Release fear and ancestral karma. And just one more from this deck. One more from this deck. All right. On to going. Now, exquisiteness is your unique individuality. I feel like for a lot of you Aquarians, you are highly sensitive and you tend to do things a lot different than other people, almost as if you're an indigo child. And now I know that's kind of specific, but that there's a lot of highly sensitive people out there. An indigo child is, again, someone that is an empath, but they're non-conventional. They are more definitely more right-brained, they're more intuitive, they're very highly sensitive. They could even be on the spectrum of autistic when it comes to relationships, or again certain elements of that empath. And again, highly sensitive individual that's again very creative, non-conventional. Doesn't need to be autistic, but I'm saying like almost on that spectrum where they just tend to do things differently. And this has taken you a very long time to understand the type of person that you are and working with your unique sensitivity. And the reason why is because I feel like you grew up in a family that didn't want you to, they wanted you to be more logical and level-headed. They wanted you to be more conventional, and you're non-conventional, mainly because of their own imperfections, mainly because of their own wounds. Again, I feel like the generation that your parents grew up in, they just grew up in ways that they didn't teach from a spiritual perspective. They taught more from a dogmatic perspective, which means that dogmatic perspective is pretty much how other people tend to interpret like the Bible, right? Or scriptures, or again, a more conventional way of being, which is that people cared a lot about other what it looked like from the outside is what I'm getting at. So people were more inclined to not tap into their exquisiteness, their uniqueness, their different. It was almost like one size fits all, even though one size doesn't fit all. We're taught to encourage our unique individuality. But again, when you were growing up, people didn't understand your sensitivity. This is the underlining energy. And quantum coins is all about, it's like the flow of the universe. It's a Buddhist term. And so understand it, the closest way to explain it is actually like the signs and synchronicities that we see within the world when we're interactive in the world. It's almost the way that we are intuitively led. It's almost like when you're out interactive in the world and your intuition is leading you and you're living your bliss. And the reason why is because you're living your exquisiteness, which is your unique individuality, which is an unfoldment process, which happens when you are being intuitively led. But this is actually changing your mind and your heart about who you perceive that you are. So it's again, when we have wounds and when we have shadows, we have the shadow aspects of self, or the parts of ourselves that we've detached from. So there were wounds in how you perceived yourself due to the environment that you grew up in. But now you're stepping into your unique individuality. You're finding your passion. You're understanding who you are more as a person. And a lot of times with highly sensitive people, when they don't feel comfortable, they tend to detach from their feelings and their emotions. It doesn't feel good. And they try to emulate other people when they're younger. And so there's a sense of, like you said, you're coming into your own. It feels right and it feels good. And this is always good to see, because if there's imbalances in any area of your life, a lot of times you'll also notice this because you're not living in alignment with your truth. So when you are living in alignment with your higher self, which is your truth, well, then you're going to become more of a magnet for who and what is going to come into your life. So this is where you are right now on a spiritual, like energetic level, which is actually vibe and high. So let's see if you are, for those of you that are connected to someone, let's look and see what's going on with the relationship. Oh, too many cards just came flying out. So many of them, I'm not even going to use that deck. And I don't want to start over, so we're just going to use a different deck. There's like 10,000 cards fell out onto the floor. It would take me forever just to pick them up. All right. Friends or family disapprove of this connection. So again, if you are someone that's non-conventional and might have a job that is more, again, non-conventional, you could be a spiritualist, you could be a psychic, you could be a YouTube person, you could be an influencer on Instagram. Again, I'm feeling that type of a creative job. Your friends and family wouldn't approve of it if they were very conventional, and that would be a spiritual test, by the way, that would actually happen for you, because again, trying to fit back into the box that people put you in was that's how you grew up. People wanted you to fit in more like how society, what society approved, what other people, again, whether that was family, relatives, your school, just how society wanted you to be as a whole. And if you were to, like, again, be in this connection with whoever this is, there's a sense of that theme, that wound of, again, of not being accepted again. Maybe that's why all those cards flew out with Spirit's Way saying, use a different deck, because that would be a totally like a karmic theme, and that's from when we have wounds, traumas, and how they play out. And they play out where it's like we feel as if we're not being accepted. We always wind up with in relationships where we feel that the person that we're with, their family, doesn't fully accept us. And that's mainly because on some level you didn't accept yourself. Now, just because you might be stepping into your truth, this could be a spiritual challenge right now, almost like spirit saying, did you learn that lesson? I want to work things out. So even though the person that you're connected to doesn't approve in this relationship, which I don't know why yet, your person would like to work things out. I want to change decks after this. I'm planning on reaching out to you. So again, I believe that your person didn't really, they held back from you because again, they were very influenced. I believe that your person doesn't live their exquisiteness. And I also believe that they need to release fear of ancestral karma, and that's by learning to live their truth. Because I believe that they held back from you, but now they realize that they miss you, and they realize it doesn't really matter that who doesn't approve of you if they care. And that's why they want to work things out. And they are going to reach out to you. I hate it when other family members or other people get involved in relationships, but it happens. And it's always a spiritual test. Water underneath the bridge. So I feel like that whatever transpired is water underneath the bridge. Like that there's a sense that they don't care. Again, they realize what's important. I want to see how you feel. What do you feel? What do you feel about this situation? Because it's like person liked you, but then stepped away and held back because of other people. And now, okay, they have this realization, but how do you feel, Aquarian? How do you feel? Because your vibe was you were vibing high, like living your exquisiteness, finding yourself, having a love affair with yourself, which is probably why this person is finding you so attractive now too, because it's not like you were running after them or chasing after them. I'm done playing games. I feel like you're done playing games, like you're vibing high, and I don't know whether you feel that this person is going to continue to play games, but I feel like you're done playing games. And I feel you inspire me in so many ways. I believe that that's your person because you didn't come running after them, and you're living your truth and you're living your exquisiteness, which is inspiring. Where your person was influenced by people in their environment, which means that they don't have a strong sense of who they are, as I was saying before. Not uncommon that if we had to master something, that we would pull someone to us that also needs to master it, right? You're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. I run away to avoid facing my problems. So we know, again, I think these are concerns with you, what you have with this person, because I said, I see with them, they want to come back into your life. And what I'm seeing is again, that your person again is inspired, but they do run away from their problems. And I think that you see that. And again, you're done playing games with them. I think that you do have feelings for them, Aquarius. I think that you do have feelings. there's more or less like this person has shown you a lot of flaws. So even though they're coming to you saying, oh, I realize that I, made a mistake. I shouldn't listen to other people. I should do what I want to do. I shouldn't have been so judgmental about, again, maybe what you do for a living is what I'm feeling for most of you. Maybe others are associated with other people. Again, through outside, your person didn't judge you for who you are. They judged you for outside things that the car that you drive, the house that you live in, the job that you work out, outside things, opposed to the type of person that you are, the type of connection that they had with you. And I think that is what makes you nervous, because you say, well, they're not a very strong person. Silent treatment. I feel like you don't really know, but you're going to make this person stew in it. Let me change text. See what the hidden truths are. What are your hidden truths? I left you before you could leave me. So there's a sense that I feel, again, like there's almost like you don't want to give of yourself because you don't trust this person. That's the energy here. And also, like, you see their mentality of that they would be someone that left you before you could leave them, because again, they're not strong within themselves. They let other people influence them. And then there's also a sense of them running from their problems and waiting, and played a lot of games because that they were unsure. And so it's almost like that what has transpired is what's all over this reading, instead of like, can I just get a clear answer of how do you feel, Aquarius, about your person? Do you want to go back? I don't react when people mention you. Like, again, there's a sense of you don't want to give anything emotionally to this person because they haven't given enough. That's the energy there. There's a sense of that you don't really know how you feel because of everything that they did. But what I will tell you is that because it's not a flat out no, I feel like you still have feelings for the person. I just think they did a lot to you. So that's what it is. I just want to put one more from this deck. I act like I don't care when deep down I really do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're afraid to show this person feelings. It's almost like your person didn't show you feelings. They didn't act like they cared. They let other people influence them. Now, what that they've realized that, they do care about you. Now you're ignoring them, which because there's a sense of that you don't trust them. So let's see what they're going to do. I want to see what they're going to do, because it's like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Because obviously it's like, can we get on the same page ever? That's what it looks like here. It looks like no one wants to get on the same damn page. Okay. 10 of Swords. Like, you were hurt. There's a sense, again, you just don't trust this person. Point blank, period. Again, 3 of Pentacles reversed. 3 of Pentacles is usually celebration and happiness, and I feel like it should have been a time for that, but I just feel like your person did too much. And sometimes when a person is done too much, just because they get this realization about how wonderful you are. Of course they do, because you're interactive in your life, you're vibing high. It's again, star. Yeah, that they missed out on a good opportunity. It's again that there's a little glimpse of hope, but there isn't any. It's like I feel like you or not don't want to be involved in this relationship, point blank period, like literally, because of what they did. You don't trust them anymore, and I'm not feeling even that you're open to it. I believe that your person still has feelings again for you, but you mm-mm. One more message from them. One more message from them. One more message. I still love you. I dream of being with you. I imagine waking up next to you and cuddling with you every day. So your person, like, now has all these feelings and has all this caring, but you do not care about them. You don't want to be with them. That's as far as right now. And there's no real even, like, you don't even want to deal with it. What was the whole point of this relationship? We're gonna pull it just from the middle of the deck. Let's see. Okay, I always felt I had a higher calling in life, and our connection brings me more clarity on it. So I believe it's again that maybe you feel is again that you have a higher calling in life, because again I feel like that's how your reading opened up. And I think that um this relationship, believe it or not, and how this person acted towards you, it made you actually go further into your soul's path, because there was no distraction from them, and you really had to make a choice whether or not you wanted to feed your own passion, or like again feed this like relationship, even though it would have been a waste of time because your person was being influenced. And so the irony is that it was the fact that you were so different that this person again got a little freaked out, didn't really know what they wanted, was influenced by other people. And now it's because of who you are and how different you are that they're so attracted to you. So it's perception. And I believe the reason why is because of this relationship. Not all soulmates and twin flames and past life relationships you're supposed to be with. I feel that this was more or less a relationship to transcend both parties, but not together, separately, to help them both evolve. I believe because again, this person didn't give you what you needed, and then again it was a little bit of a spiritual test. As I said, you grew up in an environment that didn't allow you your own unique unfoldment process, and now you fall for someone and have deep feelings for someone that also doesn't really understand what you do, felt uncomfortable because of what you did, and really at the end of the day you were true to yourself, and that actually pushed your person to look at their life and see that they weren't really 100% true to who they were. Instead they were looking at all those outside things, because I believe that that's the way that they were raised, that they were raised to care more about again outside appearances than the strong deep spiritual connection. Your person was afraid to do that, and in the end it, like I said, this relationship isn't going to go anywhere because they disrespected the connection. But singly, they're going to become a better person. Your person, or I should say the person that's connected to you, because it's not your person because you don't want to be with them. So that person is forced to again become really had to look at themselves and find who they are and say, do I want to make myself happy or the people in my life happy? And what it did is make them find who they are. And for you, it was a spiritual test. And once you pass that test, you go deeper into your soul's path, because what you're saying is you honor who you are, you honor your process, and that it's a walk, it's a spiritual walk that a lot of times you don't know your next steps until that moment that you're actually taking the steps, because it's a co-creation process. And so it's a faith walk. And so really honoring and being challenged again, whether you're going to stay true to yourself allows you to grow deeper within your faith. So that's pretty much why this relationship transpired. It was I believe, a past life connection. And like I said, not all past life soulmate relationships you're supposed to be with. Sometimes people just come into our lives for a season, and again to teach us something important for our own evolution, and then we don't see them again, or again they might come through in another lifetime, but we're finished with them in this lifetime. All right, well, Aquarius, if you resonated with this, let me know again. And if you want to win that reading, definitely leave me that comment, Master Healer, in your comment bar. So again, it's like, share, write the word in your comment bar, and subscribe to the channel. And if you resonated with this story and you want to share anything about your story, please leave all information in your comments so I can read them. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.